Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in, yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime. And I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like Optimus Prime. I can't hit the ball hard, I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got, as if it was my only shot. I play the game to win, to the end until I pass out.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Here come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out downtown. Yahtzee. Landry, double zero, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown knocks down a triple.
Two pitch. Base hit left field. Austin Suchecki gets it done.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Comeau with a spectacular play.
Welcome to Mata Field here at Stello Stadium in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. It is Northeast Junior High Football League action. It's the semifinals pitting the Andover Warriors and the home team, the Nashua Cougars. You are watching live on the highlight guide. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody, as always, is the man on the moving pictures, and this should be a good one. The rain has started to come down here at Stello Stadium. It was a sunnier day in the first game this morning, a junior varsity action that saw the Nashua Cougars come from behind to beat the Andover Warriors 22-8. And now the varsity game, which will determine which team goes on to the semifinals, to the finals. Next week, this Nashua team comes in undefeated on the season, and Andover gets here by virtue of an upset win at Bedford a week ago. The coin toss taking place at the 50-yard line now, and it appears that the Andover Warriors will receive the opening kick. Nashua in their black uniforms, Columbia numbers, white stripe, and the Andover Warriors wearing their white jerseys, black pants. We apologize for the... What am I apologizing for, Steve? Oh, he's cleaning up his... Don't adjust your dial, folks. That is the long paw of Steve Cody, who's cleaning off the rain from the camera lens. Quality operation we have run here is Steve needs to make sure you get a great picture. Now we are in focus, and we are ready to kick things off here. It's semifinal action between the Nashua Cougars and the Andover Warriors. Coming at you live from Stello Stadium here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Championship game will be played next weekend at Manchester at Gill Stadium, and hopefully we'll bring that action to you as well. Might be doing some double dipping as we'll be covering the Division II state championship game from Pinkerton Academy. So we'll have to line some things up there, but want to thank you all for joining us here. And you can see the rain starting to come down. Not sure if the rain will continue, but the blue skies are no more. All right, we are underway here. A little squib kick off to the right side. It goes out of bounds. Flag will fly. And we will see. It appears that Wyndham will, or I keep saying Wyndham. They have the same color scheme as Wyndham, but we'll see if the Andover Warriors will take the ball. They will, and now the rain really starting to come down. This Cougar team enters undefeated on the season. They are the defending league champions. They will try to defend their home turf against an upstart Andover Warrior team. Warriors will come out. A little spinner series action here potentially. And they do total sweep and totally destroyed in the backfield as number 17, Steven Johnson, gets met rudely by Colton Richard in the backfield. A loss of 4 on the play. They're going to try to go double tight end set early on here and run a little power football. Cougars were up to the challenge. 2nd down and 14. Wind starts to blow as the rain continues to come down. So ball security, a huge factor. Same formation, unbalanced line to the right, handoff to the left, to the right side of the offense, and that is going to get snuffed out by number 18 for the Cougars. That was Walter Catito. And now 3rd down. Andover playing behind the sticks. 3rd down in a boatload. We'll call it 18. Hopefully just a passing rain. I didn't get a chance to look at my weather forecast. I knew there was some rain potentially in the forecast. I thought maybe we would avoid it altogether, but no such luck here. Warriors break the huddle, hustle up to the line. They'll continue to stay in that bunch formation. Unbalanced line to the right. This time the quarterback will keep it, and he's going to get hauled down from behind by big number 77. Silas Ray Coleman, good to see him back in action. Looks like that ankle is healed up. The quarterback was Steven Johnson, and Johnson found the sledding tough. So 4th down for the Warriors. Punting situation as it has now gone to 4th and 20. Warriors have 11 players in that huddle right now. It's clearly going to be a punting situation for them as Steven Johnson set to do the honors. It's a fake punt. They're throwing over the top and complete. I don't think he's got enough for the first down, though. So it'll serve as a punt, but it's going to be first down for the Cougars, I think. Depends on where they spot that ball. Yeah, going to be a first down for the Cougars. We have an injury on the field that looks to be number 1. That's William Vickers. And he was shaken up on the play. I was thinking as that play happened, it would be a good time to send on your punt formation and just throw it deep. I love the play call. So it serves as a punt. Just missed getting that first down. Love the aggressive play call by the Andover Warriors. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. And now they'll go into their wing tee look. Fullback trap straight up the gut, taken by number 44, Colton Richard. He'll power ahead for 1, maybe 2 yards. We'll give him a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 for the Cougars. We'll see if this rain plays a part in this game. Ball security of the utmost importance, especially in the semifinals where the loser does not get a next week. And there it is, ball on the carpet. Scrambling off to the left side, hurdles a defender down the sideline, staying in bounds is Maldonado. Are you kidding me? We've seen him do it all year. And Xavier Maldonado finds his way into the end zone on a broken play. We thought the ball might be a little slippery, and there was all kinds of problems for Xavier as he had to scoop it up. Came back to the near side, and just like that, 6-0 for the Cougars. And that's one of those situations where you say for everybody else, it's a loss of 8 to 10 yards on the play. In Nashua, it's a touchdown. Maldonado from the shotgun. 1 step, fires, back corner of the end zone. It was intended for number 2, Sase. Dante could not come down with it. So 6-0 Cougars with 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Nashua Cougars are a nonprofit organization created to give every child the opportunity to reach their greatest potential in youth football before they head off to high school. They work with the Nashua High School North coaches to ensure their athletes are ready to compete at the high school level by the time they arrive, which gives them the greatest opportunity to continue to excel beyond high school. To learn more, go to their website, NashuaCougars.net. That's NashuaCougars.net. 6-0 Nashua as they prepare to kick the ball off once again to the Andover Warriors. That ball will bounce at about the 33. It stays in bounds. That is a live ball. His knee was down. They're going to call the ball dead at the 18-yard line. So this time the ball stays in bounds. Andover forced to play it. And they'll be backed up inside their 20. Their second possession of the game. The first one nearly ended in a great fake punt. As they threw it down the field, they just came up a couple of yards short of a first down. Get our second look at the Cougar defense. Rain appears to have subsided a little here. Andover will break the huddle, come out in a 2-by-2 set. One back in the backfield. Handoff, right side. That's big number 60, but he'll get met by a host of defenders, starting with Silas Ray Coleman. They thought they would hand the ball off. That was Aiden Tejada, or Tejada rather, and Tejada, big seventh grader, was met in the backfield by Silas Ray Coleman. And then the cavalry came and joined him. Xavier Cruz also in there. So a loss on first down, and a big one at that. Second down, we'll call it 16. They'll come out twins to the top and bottom once again. He'll hand it off to the big man again, and once again, he is met in the backfield by Silas Ray Coleman first to get there. So they are having all kinds of problems blocking that young man as he is making his second home in the Andover Warrior backfield. That will set up a huge third down, and we'll call it 17. So up to this point, the fake punt, really the only positive yardage we're getting here from this Andover team. Referee taking a slow walk towards the middle of the field, and now the officials will gather to talk shop. We'll see what they're talking about down there. And again, we're trying to decipher what this conversation could possibly be about. We see the president of the Cougars down there peeking in to see what the situation is. All right, it appears that they have worked through whatever issue was causing the delay in action. They'll wind the clock, or at least he called for the winding of the clock. That's what the big circling arm means. Okay, taking a shot down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Back in coverage was Walter Catito. Ball was intended for number 15, Dominic Pino. And we watched the Andover team warm up, and they were throwing down the field quite a bit here, and they obviously see something they want to take advantage of. That's going to set up a fourth down and very long, and it looked like the punt team came back on the field. We'll see if they try to run that fake punt again, or if they actually kick it this time. Back to do the punting is Steven Johnson. He'll take the snap, and this time he gets it away. It is a short kick off to the left side, takes an Andover Warrior roll beyond the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Cougars will set up shop 1st and 10 there. That'll give us a chance to talk about EarthTech Systems. They're a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. Whether you're considering a new heat pump system or need repairs, their skilled team is ready to handle even the most complex of projects. Learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. Trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top, shotgun formation, Maldonado, one-step drop, airmails that one into the sideline of Andover. Some fans standing over there. And now the rain starts to come down again in sheets. So it will be a 2nd down and 10 on that incomplete pass. We'll see if they go back under center, if they continue to stay in the spread. And they will stay in the spread. Colton Richard is to Maldonado's left, trips again to the bottom of the screen. Split under the top. They'll motion. A little speed sweep back to the left-hand side. Nice block at the point of attack. Continuing to run. Finally pushed out of bounds goes Colton Carrier. We do have a penalty down on the field, a couple of flags. They're going to talk about it. I'm not sure what the penalty will be. There was definitely some pancake blocks going on down there at the point of attack. And you know, sometimes when you get those pancake blocks, it's not like it's unnecessary roughness. It's just a good power play. But I think they're going to call this against the Cougars. So it's a dead ball foul on sportsmanlike conduct against the Cougars. However, the first down had been attained at that point. So they are going to say it's 1st down Nashua. They'll reset the sticks, but they will march Nashua back 15. Interesting. I'm not sure that's I don't know. Talk amongst yourselves at home. It looked like a pancake block. They're explaining it now to Coach Travis. And they'll get a substitute in at left guard. Silas Ray Coleman will come out. He'll talk to him about just what that was all about. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for the Cougars. But they will start, interestingly enough, at their own 34-yard line. Shotgun, Maldonado hands it off to Enoch. Enoch around the right side, bubbles around. He's got some daylight off to the side. A block by Sisse, and Enoch finds himself in the end zone. There is a flag, however, on the field of play. It's either going to be a hold or a block in the back. I think they're going to call it on Sisse. It is going to be a holding call. And so another interesting call going against the Cougars there. It's going to be a 1st down again, but penalty will keep the Cougars out of the end zone. So 3:55 to go in the first quarter. And the Cougars self-inflicted wounds here. Speed sweep to the left side again this time. Nice block on the perimeter. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second, runs into his own man. This time Colton Carrier will be hauled down by number 20 for the Warriors. That was Shea Campisi, and a pickup of 1, maybe 2 on that play. He ran about 30 yards to get 2. but it looked like it was well blocked at the point of attack. No flags on the field this time. Enoch off to the left side. Looked like he had a window to the outside if he took it, but he jumped back to the inside. Josh Enoch will fall forward for a couple. That'll set up a 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars. Clock continues to run here in the first quarter. Twins to the top and bottom of the screens. Colton Richard up in a sniffer position. This time Enoch fakes the handoff, and that was number 35 hurdling. A flag comes in, and we're going to see what the call is. I'm not sure if you're allowed to hurdle or not. We'll check the penalty. So 3 flags against, I think, against the Cougars in this drive, if it is in fact called against Nashua. I believe it is going to be called against the Cougars. We need to see what the call is. See if we can hear what the official says here to explain this one. Hurdling is the call. As I said, you are not allowed to leave your feet. And we've seen that happen on multiple occasions by Maldonado, but this is the first time we have seen it called, to my recollection. You are not allowed to hurdle a diving player. You can't leave your feet. So, 3rd down and 20. Handoff goes to the left side. Bubbling to the outside. Straight arm, stiff arm there by Roig. And Roig will get all the way down close to 1st down yardage. It's going to be 4th, and we'll call it a long 1 yard. So all of the weapons that this Nashua team has, the one thing they've been unable to avoid in this drive anyway is the penalty flag. 4th down, Maldonado from the gun, handoff, Richard, right side. He'll have enough. He'll continue to drag the defenders forward. He breaks a tackle and finds himself in the end zone. Just good, strong power running at the point of attack. Good blocking as well as Colton Richard finally gets himself into the end zone. I'm sure the Cougars all kinds of frustrated on that drive because 3 penalties called against them, and they still are able to find themselves in the end zone. 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. Your score, the Nashua Cougars 12 and the Andover Warriors 0. And now big number 75 in the backfield. This is an interesting look. They'll hand it off to the big fella, and he'll just rumble into the end zone. That was McCaleb Decato, and Decato just, you can hear the fans cheering. That was a huge, huge run. So 14-0. I'm sure that was a specialty play that they put in this week to try to get the big man who does most of the blocking all for the team, give him a chance to get into the limelight a little bit. Cato finds himself in the end zone on that 2-point conversion. 14-0 Nashua. We'll clean off our screen a little bit here. Carrier set to put his foot into the ball. And the kick goes through the hands of the return man, picked up at about the 16-yard line. Good hustle by the kicker down the field. Colton Carrier was able to stop Jack Ilsey. There's 2 different spellings here. Isley on one spelling, and then we'll go with that. We'll call him Isley. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Andover. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor and welcome them to our team, Luke's Bar and Grill. Founded in 2019, Luke's Bar and Grill has grown thanks to loyal guests and incredible staff. Be sure to find them at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, online at lukesbarngrill.com. Funny formation here, and all kinds of trickeration. A double pass nearly intercepted. So I'll tell you what they do there. You have to have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, which is exactly what Andover had. They tried a double pass, and they wanted to see how Nashua would line up to it. They did have a man open downfield. We've actually used that at the high school level a time or two, and it just, the rules are you have to have 7 guys on the line, and you can throw a double pass. They wanted to see how Nashua would adjust to it. Maldonado was able to get back into the picture, and I think if you are Andover, you pull out all the stops in a game like this. You go with the fake punt. You go with that particular look there. They'll come out with their spread formation this time. Love the play call. Motion to trips. One step firing and into the flats. It was double covered. It was intended for number 15. That was Dominic Pino in the flats. So 3rd down and 10. And I'm sure Andover has a couple of plays drawn up to that formation. We'll see if they come back to it. A lot of times when it's not one of your typical formations, you don't always get the results you want, but they did have a man open down the middle of the field. Huge 3rd down coming up for the Warriors. They're on their own 20-yard line. 1:57 to go here in the first quarter. 2 backs in the backfield. They'll both swing out. Ball gets caught by number 26. Nice spin move there. Still on his feet. Finally run down from behind. That was Julian Lopez that had to chase him from behind. Number 26 showing great effort. That was William Aganis. And William gets out to about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. It's going to be a 4th down. We'll call it 1, maybe 2. They're sending multiple players out onto the field, but I don't know. That's a situation where you might want to go for it. We'll see. They might punt and take their chances. Some blue sky trying to peek out from behind the clouds here in the first quarter. 64 seconds to go. I think we're going to get a timeout by Andover, and that's a good timeout because I think they're really going to try to. They might consider going for it here on 4th down in the semifinals. Hey, Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process of playing lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball in college, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. And if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button so that you can be aware of whenever we schedule a live stream. Jason Roby calling all the action for you here on the Highlight Guy. Steve Cody, as always, the man on the moving pictures. We are live at Mata Field at Stello Stadium on a Sunday morning, still morning, 11:34 on my dial. They are going for it on 4th down. Twins to the top and bottom. They fake the run. It'll be a quarterback keeper around the left side, and he is going to have enough for the 1st down. Well blocked on the perimeter. Good aggressive play call by this Andover team. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. So they fake the zone to the right. Well blocked on the left side. They go back towards their sideline. And a great play as the clock continues to run. Talked to Coach Travis last week, and he said this Andover team is the one team that always seems to give them fits. And they're doing just that here this morning. Trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top. And now they'll motion out to quads. Quarterback fires into the flat. Ball is incomplete. Cougars would have been there, but a different type look. We'll see if they set up some kind of a quarterback keeper off of the same look. Different personnel now coming into the game. Play comes in from the sideline with the quarterback, Steven Johnson. Huddle will break. They'll go back to that unbalanced line look. Johnson barking signals. He'll roll to his right. Takes a shot over the top, down the middle, intercepted by Sase. He's got some real estate. We'll see how he operates. He'll head down the visitor's sideline. Gets tackled by big number 68 in Tejada and number 26. That was William Aganis. But again, a play like that, you're okay with rolling the dice because it serves like a punt. So Sase intercepts it, gets some real estate back. They will be in Warrior territory. And it looks like Sase's coming off gingerly. He got tackled and fallen on there. We'll check to make sure he's okay. Twins to the top and bottom. Now it's almost a flex tight end wing to the right side. Maldonado scrambles out of trouble, throws it underneath. We're going to get a lineman upfield, and you can see there, palms up in the air. Big number 75 was, I think they're going to say downfield. It was close because the line of scrimmage was the 45-yard line. I want to take him back. It appeared when you watch that one back, Decato was maybe at about the 43-yard line, so not really that far upfield, but an eligible man down the field. And anytime your quarterback scrambles, you risk that penalty. So they'll take him back. They'll replay first down, 1st and 15. And they're explaining it to Decatur right now what that penalty call was. Oh, no, they're fixing his helmet. Okay. Second quarter here. The little jailbreak screen, and this one has something potential here as that was number 8 on that receiving end of that play. That was Bowden Pearson, dragged down from behind by number 15, Dominic Pino, but that's going to do it. So the reason why they ran the play there is because the quarter cannot end on the penalty, so they ran the play, I suppose, an untimed down, but it'll be the second quarter action, and the Cougars enjoying a 14-0 lead. A rather sloppily played game up to this point. A lot of penalty flags being thrown, and not what you want to see at this point in the season, but a good team can overcome it, and thus far the Cougars have been able to do just that. Are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, then let the Highlight Guy help you get noticed and recruited. We create highlight videos, we film sporting events, and we live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star, so let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com to get started. As a nonprofit organization, the Nashua Cougars could not thrive and provide such an incredible experience for the athletes without the generosity of the sponsors. That includes Basco Excavation, Lopez Hardwood Floor Services, and Comcast. Cougars also want to thank all of the sponsors not mentioned here in this ad, and want to thank you for you giving every possible resource for the athletes to strive throughout the course of the year. Maldonado going to get taken down in a heap, led by big number 17. All kinds of fired up there. Steven Johnson. So, a loss of 3 on the play. We don't typically see the Cougars play behind the sticks, but we are here in this one. Official timeout on the field. Looks like we have some kind of an issue with the player on the Andover. They're checking a cast, so you are allowed to cast, be in a cast as long as you pad it up. But if there's any kind of hardness coming through that cast, you have to have it retaped and repadded. They usually check those at the beginning of the game, but potentially some of the tape may have ripped, some of the padding may have come out. Head coach is looking for an explanation. And I'm sure the head coach came out and said, but we had it checked at the beginning of the game. It was wrapped, it was padded, you okayed it. Now you're saying it's not. So they're talking about it now. Head coach there for the Andover team came up and spoke with us at the beginning of the game, and you can see the young man in question is number 30 there for Andover. That's Ritam Ray, and Ray going over to the trainer, and they'll take a look at it. And again, if it is padded and taped up, then it is okay. So they will take a look at it and maybe repad it, retape it. Trips to the top of the screen, split end to the bottom. Swing route to the left side. Sase makes one man miss. He'll head back towards the near hash. Flags will fly as Sase gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2 flags thrown behind the play. So we'll check the penalty. It appears that it's going to go against Nashua. Holding penalty, 10-yard spot foul. It'll be second down. They will set it up at the 25-yard line. So they'll call it second down and 9. And again, another penalty against this Cougar team. So frustration definitely starts to settle in here. Maldonado steps up in the pocket, heads far side, throws it off his back foot into the end zone and through the back, intended for Enoch. So third down now for the Cougars, 3rd and 9. Thought maybe Maldonado could have run with that ball, but he decided not to. He chucked it up, and just a little too much mustard on that hot dog. Enoch will check out. Roy, number 0, will check in. Twins to the top and bottom of the formation. And fully expect to see maybe Roy on a corner route here. We'll see what they do. Here comes the blitz, and it's thrown to number 44, Colton Richard. He is wrapped up quickly. Good defensive play there by Shea Campese. So just like that, it's going to set up a 4th down and a long 8 for the Cougars. Good defensive series here by Andover. Of course, aided by a huge holding penalty. Cougars is getting all the way down to the 5-yard line. Official timeout again. They're going to check the cast. They'll say young Mr. Ray is now okay and ready for play. Oh, there you go. Here comes a quarterback keeper. Keeping his feet is Maldonado. Nice block. And Maldonado just going to jog into the left corner of the end zone. Good job of staying engaged there on the block by Decatur. You'll watch that one back on the highlight guy, and touchdown for the Cougars. So Nashua able to overcome a lot of these early penalties. They'll go for the 2-point conversion, up 20-0 with 7:54 to go here in the first half. We're 40 minutes into this one, 40-plus minutes into this one, still in the first half. Handoff, Richard, right side. He's going to get stacked up, and that's not Richard. And this time, a little wrestling throw. That was number 74 on the carry for the Cougars. And that was Frank Liakakos, and Frank gets whipped down to the ground by number 60, Aiden Tejeda. And Tejeda doing a good job of keeping that 2-pointer out of the end zone. Coach Travis obviously giving some of his linemen the opportunity to carry the ball on the 2-point conversion. So 1 for 2 in that endeavor. Ball will be teed up at the 40-yard line. Carrier set to put right foot into ball. Kicked off to the right side. It'll go out of bounds, and another penalty. We'll see if they make it. They're going to send the offense on the field, so it'll be 1st and 10. Warriors will set up shop about the 35-yard line. You're watching Northeast Junior High Football League semifinal senior varsity action. And you're watching it live on the highlight guy from Mata Field here at Stellos Stadium on the banks of the Nashua River. Jason Roby and Steve Cody bringing you all of the action here. Winner will go to Gilt Stadium for the championship game next weekend. Nashua would love nothing more than get back there and defend their title. Jet sweep off to the right side. Broken tackles early on. And then gets swallowed up by Enoch and Roig. That was number 6. Drew Thelen, and Thelen I'm going to say maybe he got a yard on the play. They'll mark it at about the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Slot formation to the bottom of the screen. They'll run that toss sweep again. Got something there, and Roig this time just tosses him out of bounds. It was Thelen again to the left side. Stay tuned for some great halftime action here as the highlight guy himself, Steve Cody, will be scarf juggling down on the 50-yard line. Oh, you're not doing that this week? Okay. Sorry, Steve. Well, last week he did the, the plate spinning that they do when they're on a unicycle. Steve was doing that last week. 10 plates, yes. All right. Twins to the top and bottom. Quarterback drop back, fires to the right flat. It is complete and getting vertical, number 15. Nice completion there. Dominic Pino, and he'll have enough for the first down. So good play call here, keeping this Cougar defense off balance. Some of the quick throws. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. So they've shifted the balance of field position ever so slightly. But anytime you have the ball, that means the explosive offense for the Cougars does not. So 6:21 and counting here in the first half. Overloaded to the left side. Sweep to the left side. Whoa, okay. And just kind of folded in half there was number 26, William McGinnis. He gets brought down by number 18, Catito. Walter getting good penetration into the backfield there and a loss on first down. Let's set up a second down and 13. And maybe even 14. .540 to go in the first half and counting. Unbalanced line to the right side. Quarterback, two-step drop, fires down the right side, has a man, and it is complete. Flag will fly. It'll be pass interference on Sase. That'll be declined because William Vickers went up, made a fantastic catch. Good tight coverage by Sase, but he was draped all over the man. And as a result, it'll be pass interference. Be first down. And you heard him say it last week here from Stello Stadium. This Andover team gives the Cougars all kinds of fits. They're continuing to do that today. Mixing up the plays, mixing up the formations. Here comes that toss sweep again. And he has the edge. Down the sideline he goes. He'll finally step out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be a first down. Nice job by the Andover Warrior offense. Going down the left sideline and taking advantage of maybe some misalignment and some lost assignment and responsibility by the Cougar defense. You'll watch that one back and see a good tightrope balancing act down the left side. All right, unbalanced line again to the right. Now they'll shift into their shotgun formation. Quarterback, jet sweep, right side. And again, another positive play. We say the ball was, they're going to say is a fumble, and it is Nashua ball. So the Warriors had something going there, and they put the ball on the carpet. And a sign of a good team is play the next snap. You know, you're Nashua, you're on your heels a little bit here, but you can't dwell on what has happened. You have to make the next play your masterpiece, and that's exactly what Nashua did. They created a fumble and got the turnover on downs. So now Maldonado with two backs in the backfield. A little power running game off to the right side. And that is going to be, I think that was Sase. He powers forward. Clock will continue to run. A pickup of, we'll call it 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 from the 25-yard line. Same formation employed here by the Cougars. Same play. Sase, right side, head of steam, down the sideline. Avoids one tackle. We'll get bumped out of bounds. That was Ritham Ray knocking Sase out of the fray on the play. I could do this all day. Hey, all right. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. I'm an only child. I had to do stuff, make stuff up. All right. 49-yard line. Handoff straight ahead. Richard breaks one tackle, breaks a second, gets into the secondary. Finally, we get hauled down by number 20. That was Campisi, and he's shaken up on the play. He's on his feet, but they'll take a timeout to check him over, make sure he's all right, and he now takes a knee. So good strong run there by number 44, Colton Richard. And they're checking on Campese. Cougars will come to the side. Both teams will get a timeout. EarthTech Systems, they're a local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Their goal is to save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems for your heating or cooling needs. Contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. He will walk off the field under his own power, but he's clearly shaken up here on that play. Nice round of applause for that young man. He's played a whale of a ball game here so far today, has Shea Campese. He'll wind the clock inside of 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top. Maldonado in the gun. Delay handoff there, and they will meet him in the backfield. That was all kinds of bottled up. As Savion Cruz tried to test the interior of that Warrior defense to no avail. A loss on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 11. Maldonado takes off the, looked like he had a glove on. He handed it to the official. Motion, Sase, and the flag will fly. False start against the offense, so that'll back him up 5 yards. Again, self-inflicted wounds by this Nashua Cougar offense. And I'm sure Coach Travis will have a conversation with his team at halftime trying to fix things here. Trips, same formation, orbit motion, and we're going to get movement again. And that'll back him up 5 more yards. So I think that the thing that has to happen here, there's a sequence of events. The players have to remain still, get set, then the motion comes. Cannot have movement up front by the O-line. So let them get set. Maldonado should be looking out here. He didn't. They were moving again. This time a backwards pass. So there's a sequence of events that has to take place here. And the quarterback needs to look over to the right side, make sure all of his guys are set up and still, then go through the snap count, then run the play. There's an order of operations that just they're not taking care of that business. And the play was thrown behind the receiver there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down. And I don't think we've seen this all year from this Cougar team. 3rd down and call it 26. It's going to be Maldonado. He'll keep it off to the left side. They try to shoulder block him down. They will eventually tackle him. Number 26 coming up and making the play, William McGinnis, and all kinds of fired up on the sideline over there. It is a game of roller coaster emotions, and boy, if the Warriors can come away here on this 4th down play, that would be a huge victory for them. Trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top. Maldonado rolls to his right, fired down the field and out of bounds, out of play. It was intended down there for Roig, just beyond reach. And now a turnover on downs. So when's the last time that happened to this Cougar team? Not in recent memory in any games that we have covered, but credit has to go to this Andover Warrior team. They're just playing with house money here today, and why not? Roll the dice, take your shot. Trips to the top of the screen, split end to the bottom, shotgun. Motion to quads. Taking a shot up the field. They got a man down the sideline and pushed down by Roig. And a nice job. They faked that little swing pass. They went to a quads look. And number 14, Jack Isley, down the right sideline. And just catching the Cougars not being disciplined in their coverage. And that's all that is. Good play design by the coaching staff. Good execution by the team. Timothy Guiney on a nice touch pass down the field. Guiney back again, throws it, and complete once again. Guiney getting rid of the ball quickly. That's what you have to do so the pass rush doesn't get to you. Tackled on the play by number 21, Julian Lopez. And you can see how this Andover team got here today. And they upset, quote-unquote, upset Bedford, but they're making the most of their opportunities. They're doing some good things with the football, keeping the ball out of Nashua's hands. Nashua having several self-inflicted wounds here, a lot of penalties. Motion to Trips to the field. Guiney firing again over the middle, and nobody there that time. We have 1:17 to go here in the first half. It'll be a 3rd down and 9 for the Warriors. They are inside Cougar territory. We'll call it the 37-yard line. You're watching Northeast Junior High Football League semifinal action. The varsity level timeout on the field will be called by this Warrior team. That'll give us a chance to ask you, do you look to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Well, if you are, let Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal do some work for you. She's a luxury realtor who's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire. Contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email deb@thedowgroup.com. And hey, are you hungry for a meal that really hits the spot? Well, Luke's Bar and Grill serves up juicy burgers, crispy wings, and a full menu of favorites made fresh every day. Pair your meal with an ice-cold beer or a handcrafted cocktail and enjoy it all in a warm, welcoming space. Luke's is the perfect spot to relax and connect. Stop by at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or see the menu at lukesbarandgrill.com. That's Luke's, L-U-K-S, barandgrill.com. And I'll tell you, Steve Cody, we got to get ourselves over there. We ran into Jay, the owner of Luke's Bar and Grill, yesterday, who coaches for Pelham High School, and we've got to do ourselves a favor and get over to Luke's Bar and Grill. Fired up the field and just thrown behind the intended receiver. That time it was number 16, Matthew Tamio, and he was open briefly over the middle. And that's going to set up a 4th down and 9. And here's the thing, if you're this Andover team, you really need to keep yourself in possession of the football because we know this Nashua team can score from anywhere at any time on the field. Huge play here for Andover. Twins to the top and bottom. Quarterback drops back, fires deep, and caught! What a grab! A one-hand reception by number 1, Vickers, William Vickers. Not much to say could do there. That was just an athletic play by Vickers on the reception. Wow. Swing route into the right flat. That one's going to be swallowed up and down. And again, got to keep possession of the football. They do. Wrap that ball up tightly as William McGinnis was whipped down by the defense. And now you really have this Cougar team swarming to the football. We'll see if maybe Andover has any kind of a counter play. little conversation happening over on the far side. Not sure what it was about, but looks like a timeout is going to be called by the Andover Warriors. So what a catch made there by William Vickers. You have to just tip your cap if you're the Cougars. Not much you could do there. And you don't get to this point in the season without having the athletes that can make the plays. And if you're Andover, as we said, you're playing with house money. And you're doing everything you need to do, and you're getting some help from the home team here with some penalties that are taking you out of your game a little as well. So this Andover team will have a second down, and they took a loss of about 5 or 6 on that play. Here they go, bunch trips to the top of the screen. They will motion to quads. We'll see if they take a shot. They do. They ran back to that play, and Roig was in coverage. And probably fortunate that was thrown out of bounds because Roig was barreling down on Jack Isley that time. But mixing up the looks, mixing up the play call, mixing up the formations. And look, every team, bound to have an off half or two throughout the course of your season. And I'm not saying by any stretch is this Cougar team looking past this Andover team. The coaching staff wouldn't allow it to happen, but they are teenage kids, and it does happen. Taking a shot over the top. Nearly another one-handed grab. Good coverage there. That time provided by Roig, and over-the-top coverage was provided by Lopez. So a nice job of coverage that time. Wanted to go back to Vickers, and he was double covered that time. That's going to set up a 4th down and long for the Warriors. And again, on that amazing one-handed grab to keep possession, the one thing you didn't want to do was give the Cougars the football back with time on the clock. There's 26 seconds to go, and this time we'll see. Is it going to be an encroachment penalty or a false start? I think they're going to call false start, yeah, and that's a good call. That one's going to back up the Warriors 5 more yards. So now 4th down, and we'll call it 21, 22 yards to go for a first. If you're the Warriors, probably are going to take a shot into the end zone here would be my best guess. Twins to the top and bottom. One back in the backfield. Quarterback calling signals. Takes a 2-step drop. Fires it as far as he can down the left side. That ball is going to be intercepted by Roig, and he has some daylight. He has one man to beat down the far side, and he will do just that. And that is going to be number 0, Kevin Roig, on the pick 6. There is a flag and another one down at the 32-yard line. And if they're going to call a block in the back, that's a tough call. We'll see if they take the points off the board. And palms up by some of the Cougars, so it looks like they are going to call a block in the back, potentially a hold. So the penalty is going to be against the Cougars on the return. So they'll take the touchdown off the board. There's 5 seconds left in the half. And I'll tell you, if you're the Cougars now, you're all kinds of frustrated because it almost seems as though you have to wonder, are these calls, legitimate from the standpoint of is that a real call? And those are the things that you tell your kids, look, don't block in the back. You're not going to run that kid down, so just don't even attempt to block him. But it can be all kinds of frustrating if you're the Cougars. They're going to have one last bite of the apple here in the first half with Maldonado. And they're going to call timeout, I believe, and they're going to try to set up some kind of a last play for the first half. It's a situation where they have taken points off of the board because of penalties at inopportune times. Not that there's any good time for a penalty, but certainly on a pick six, that changes the outlook of how things are going. You can see the body language. The Cougars are all kinds of frustrated with how things are going. And Coach Travis dealing with a very even temperament, setting up this final play. Enoch has come in the game. Carrier has come out. You can see Coach Travis talking to the team and what they need to do here, the final play of the first half. So, unless there is a defensive penalty, it will be the last play of the first half. Probably be some kind of a jump ball to the end zone. Two backs in the backfield. They will max protect this thing. Stepping up into the pocket, over the middle, and incomplete. And that will do it. I think they were trying to set up some kind of a hitch and pitch, like an underneath throw with a pitch off of it. So we'll head into the half, and a shutout, nevertheless, for the Nashua Cougars. They lead this one 20-0, but not the way they had drawn it up. We'll take a break and pay some bills. We'll be back with second half action. You are watching Northeast Junior High Football League semifinals on the Highlight Guy. We'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I step in my zone when I put it to the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like I was born. I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guide can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguide.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguide.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Mata Field here at Stello Stadium in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You are watching Northeast Junior High Football League semifinal action. It's the varsity division. It is Nashua Cougars with a 20-0 lead over the Andover Warriors. Jason Roby bringing all the action to you here on the Highlight Guy. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures, and it was a first half marred by many penalties, several plays called back, some different types of formations, some good playmaking by the Andover Warriors to keep things a little tighter than normal. There was a touchdown taken off the board on a pick six that would have kept Nashua from getting closer to a running time. It is a Nashua team that is undefeated, but this Andover team has given them some fits in the past and are doing so again here today. Here comes a different onside kick. Look, a little putter up. It is a live ball, and I think Andover may have come away with it. We'll have to wait and see. What a good-looking play to start the second half. And somehow, I don't know how, but Nashua came away with it. It was Savion Cruz, Johnny on the spot. What a good-looking play there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Pretty good field position here to start things off in the second half. Once again, once you get to 35 points, it is running time, but Nashua nowhere near that right now. That has been a staple in a lot of their games. So uncharted territory here for the Cougars as they'll come out to start the second half. Twins to the top and bottom of your screen. Sniffer, motion man is Maldonado. They'll fake it to him, and they will run the quarterback around the left side. They're getting some QB action with Sase as they fake the speed sweep to Maldonado. Sase got a pretty good gain on first down. They'll call it 2nd down and 4. Clock will stop, 9:54 to go here. Once again, Sase lines up at the quarterback with Maldonado now as the third receiver to the top of the screen. Trips to the top, split end to the bottom. Sase fakes the handoff, little RPO. That one is to Maldonado and was not designed to come back this way, but it did in fact do that. Maldonado tries to break a tackle, slips out of it and out of bounds. So an interesting little RPO there, a run-pass option. Sase fake the zone to the left, hit Maldonado in the right flat. Maldonado ran 30 yards back this way and all the way down to the 20-yard line. So again, clock stops at 9:41 as Maldonado gets knocked out of bounds. Trips once again employed to the top of the screen to the field. Ball set on the near hash. Split end to the bottom. Sase barking signals. One-step drop. Slight roll to his right. Evades the first defender. Sase fires into the end zone and overthrown. It was intended for number 8 there in the end zone, Bowden Pearson. So some 3 plays, 3 stoppages of the clock. 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars. They need the 6-yard line to get a first down. We'll call it maybe even the 5. All right. Sase, handoff, left side, bouncing to the outside. Continuing to make things happen. That was number 0, Roig. Kevin Roig off to the left side. So once again, the clock stops. It's going to set up a 3rd down and a very manageable 2 for the Cougars. Sase will send Maldonado in motion. Sase will keep it. Oh, nice kick out block. Sase will find himself in the left corner of the end zone. And you're going to see that play nicely blocked. They do the window dressing, try to set up Maldonado to the right, and they come back to the left-hand side. Nice kick out block. Sase follows his blockers and does not get touched into the corner of the end zone. And just like that, with 9:13 to go in the 3rd quarter, it is 26 0. Huge 2-point play here. Maldonado will now line up at quarterback, and big number 77, Silas Ray Coleman, will get the 2-point conversion attempt, and he will find his way into the end zone. 28-0 in favor of the Cougars. I want to thank you all for watching us here on Northeast Junior High Football League semifinal action. You're taking this all in on the highlight guy. We'll talk about the Nashua Cougars youth football program. They're thriving in just their 3rd year, and they're looking forward to seeing where next season brings them. They have the hardest working group of coaches who dedicate their time to developing athletes' football skills and teaching them life lessons that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. If you would like to become one of those coaches, please contact them at NashuaCougars.net. All right, 28-0 Cougars. They march down, and that ball ricochets off one of the front line players. Good job there by Drew Thelen. Thelen was able to keep possession. Otherwise, the Cougars would have regained possession and had favorable field position. As it is, this Warrior team will set up shop 1st and 10 at the 50. That screaming you hear is not Steve Cody screaming that the clock is once again stopped. It is a youngster down on the field. All right, 1st and 10. Unbalanced line formation, single wing look. Little jet sweep to the right-hand side. Nice block at the point of attack. And again, Cougars not adjusting to that unbalanced look as number 26 takes the toss. William McGinnis pick up 5 yards on 1st down. Well done and well blocked in the perimeter. Also, might add that Shea Campisi back in the game. Nice little kickoff block there by Shea. Clock continues to run. Wind seems to have picked up a little bit as the Spirits reintroduce themselves up here in the press box. Warriors break the huddle at the 45-yard line. They'll come out, same formation, top of the screen, unbalanced line. Oh, no, it is a balanced formation, my mistake. And this time pulled down from behind by number 52 of the defense. That was John Wells Soto. And Soto will get a tackle for loss there. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Warriors. They'll break the huddle, come out to the line of scrimmage. They'll keep the same formation. We have not seen a pass out of this formation yet, so it'll be interesting to see if they have anything like that in the playbook. And they do. Over the middle it goes. Man wide open on the move. And they're picking on Sase, and Sase able to run him down from the back. What a play. Pass complete to number 15, Dominic Pino. I should say I was not sure if that was Sase in coverage or if he just recognized the play and ran it down late, but they're doing a fantastic job of getting the ball down the field, and good play call. They've shown that formation several times. Heavy run formation, finally throw out of it. And they catch the Cougars off guard. And now they're in an I formation. This is different. Toss sweep out of the I. And again, getting off, breaking one tackle, finally getting slammed down, but not before getting all the way down to the 1-yard line. It was Roygan Enoch on the tackle, but 26, William McGinnis, finds his way down to the 2. So this Andover Warrior team trying to answer here. There is honor in the fight. They're not going away quietly into that night. They're fighting on, trying to punch in one of their own. I formation again with a slot to the right. Motion across the formation turns into a power I, and this time all kinds of penetration from the top of that defense. This time it was number 5, Adam Collier, getting penetration into the backfield. So no gain on the play. Second down and goal from the 2. Or is it third down? They're showing third down on the sticks, so huge play coming up here. And you think back to that pick 6 that was taken off the board. Look how fast they're coming up to the line here. Something dialed in. Cougars not set defensively. Jet sweep into the backfield. And that play was actually blown up by Sase. Took the timing away from defensively. Jet sweep into the backfield. We'll see if our replay and that play was actually blown up by Sase. Good effort, coach. So 5:21 and counting here in the third quarter. He's going to set up a huge fourth down play. Cougars maybe getting that wake-up call that they needed. Warriors have to score here to keep things interesting. Otherwise, it'll go over to the Cougars on downs. Fourth down play. And they'll go to the friendly skies from that bunch. Look again into the end zone. It's caught. And what a play by the Andover Warriors. It was Maldonado back in coverage. But Dominic Pino going up and making the catch. 28-6. Well done by this Andover Warrior team. And the wind blows some leaves back into the field of play. So they've mixed up their looks. They've mixed up the plays from those looks. And they've caught the Cougars off guard several times here. And the Cougars now looking a little unsure of themselves defensively. They're shifting back over. And they'll go back to the friendly skies. Here comes the pass rush. It is evaded, and this time the Cougars answer the call. It is a 28-6 lead for the Cougars. But Andover answers that last touchdown by Nashua. They recover a hard onside kick. They get favorable field position at the 50-yard line. And they punch their first score in. 4:32 to go here in the third quarter. So now we'll see. Andover has reached into their bag of tricks several times here this afternoon, and we'll see if they go to another onside kick. I loved the last time they did it. We'll see if they go back to it. And now maybe they'll kick it deep. Boom, there's your onside kick, and a good job of covering it. Number 10, Savion Cruz, once again, Johnny on the spot. And now the Cougars will have good field position. I'm talking to Coach Travis. I'm sure, last week he knew that this was not going to be a cakewalk. He knew that this Andover team gives them all kinds of fits, and they've gone into their bag of tricks and pulled out a couple of different formations, a couple of different looks, some nice plays offensively. They have the athletes that can do it. And they've done some nice things. And yet the Cougars are still up 28-6. Ball scooped up. And I'm going to tell you right there, they were bringing heat from the get-go. A lot of emotion there as a great play defensively. And now playing with all kinds of emotion is the Andover Warriors. You look at their sideline. I'll tell you, they may have been offsides there. I hate to be the wet blanket on the whole operation, but it looked like they timed it up. They were trying to time up that blitz through the gap, and they did, but it was close. But it will be 1st and 10 for Andover from the Nashua Cougar 38. He'll come out in a 2-by-2. Quarterback will keep it and get positive yardage. Collier was the primary tackler there. He dragged down the quarterback on that play. That was William McGinnis. And William, positive play on 1st down, picked up a yard. And this Nashua team has mixed up some of their defensive players here. Now they'll come out with a bunch trips look to the field. Shotgun formation. They'll motion to quads. Quarterback takes a step, fires. That may have been tipped. Ball is intercepted. Sase has it. He's got a sideline. Down the sideline he goes. He has one man to beat, and he'll run out of bounds. So Sase with the pick. That ball may have been tipped. I thought he'd try to make a move back to the field to stay in bounds and make a play, but he went out of bounds. As it is, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. So sudden change, something we take a look at here. What kind of play do you run after a turnover? You have the momentum. Back at quarterback is Maldonado. He'll hand it off, and Colton Richard goes straight ahead, powering forward. So if you're the Nashua Cougars, that Sase interception could not have come at a better time. Maldonado, quarterback keeper, up the middle, fighting through pressure, bounces, jump cut to the left. Maldonado to the end zone, and he is in for the Nashua Cougars score. So just like that, Xavier Maldonado kind of imposing his will on that series, as almost as if to say, enough of this. Let's get back to what we do, and a heavy dosage of Maldonado will cure what ails you offensively as he powers it in. And now they'll go for 2. Handoff off to the left side. Collier trying to break tackles, still driving, and he is into the end zone. Good, tough run there by Adam Collier. So the series of events, it was a good-looking play, but Sase stepped in front of that pass, intercepted it, headed down the near sideline, and changing momentum, Maldonado kept the good vibes going as he bounced off to the left side and worked his way in for a Cougar touchdown. Collier finishes off the deal with a 2-point conversion, and just like that, it is 36-6 Cougars. Carrier to do the honors from the 40. An onside kick, it's a squibber, and it's going to be recovered by Nashua. It looked like Enoch got that one. It was a quick, crazy spin off to the right side as that ball was spinning on its nose, and it just looked like they couldn't handle it. It was Shane Logan. And now the Cougars with an opportunity to put another one on the board, which would in fact bring it to a running clock situation. So as well as this Andover team has played today, and some might say as poorly as this Cougar team has played in terms of the penalties and the turnovers, really right back where they felt they should be. Nice pass, pitch and catch, and this is tightrope walking Sase down the right side. Nice throw and catch from Maldonado to Sase. Gets the ball down to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. So now they're starting to use Sase in the operation a little bit here. He played some quarterback to start the half. Then he bounced out to the wide receiver spot where he catches a ball. See if they sling it out here to the side. They do. Pitches low, but it's Roig, and he's rumbling down the side. He keeps his feet, breaks a tackle, finally hops out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And it seems like someone may have oiled up the machine at halftime as Maldonado, Sase, and Roig imposing their will here in the third quarter. Inside of 2:25. Maldonado, handoff, left side. Again, it is Roig trying to back his way into the end zone. He'll fall down at about the 2. And that is going to set up second down and goal. And again, it is Roig, and he is in for the Nashua Cougar touchdown. And now you have a 35-point differential. We'll go to the tips, or TI. It's only tips in high school. We saw it in the game yesterday. Clock would only stop for timeouts, injury, penalty, or score. But in the Cougar land, it is TI, timeouts and injury. And it's Maldonado trying to power in. He's just breaking tackles, reaches the ball over, and he is in. Talk about individual effort there by Maldonado. And just like that, the Cougars find themselves up 44-6 with 1:19 to go. There is a flag, and it is unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline. And we're going to check what that penalty is. Unsportsmanlike conduct. And again, I know those are the things that's going to make Coach Travis Fowler crazy, because you have everything clicking here, and these are the kinds of things you can't do. They will catch up to you, if not here, some point down the road. And I don't just mean in the championship game. I'm talking about the next level in high school. That stuff will catch up to you. So they'll back it up 15 yards, and the Cougars will have to kick the ball up from the 25-yard line. These are teachable moments, learning moments for these kids, and you don't want to put yourself in this kind of a position. Colton Carrier to kick it off from his 25-yard line. And he does. Deep kick taken at the 42-yard line. Far side. Good tackle over there beyond the 50. And it looked like Enoch and Pearson on the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors from inside Cougar territory. We'll call it the 48. I want to thank you all for watching us here on the Northeast Junior High Football League semifinal day from Stello Stadium. You are watching live on the highlight guy. Give us a chance to talk about Bouvier Prepare. They provide comprehensive college recruiting and consulting services for student athletes and their families. Contact Bouvier Prepare at gmail.com. or call 603-465-1102. Speed sweep to the right side. Oh, missed tackle there, and another. Cleaning up that time, though. Number 44 coming with bad intentions. That was Colton Richard. But a nice pickup on 1st down. It's setting up a 2nd down and manageable. This Andover team continuing to play hard. And that's going to do it for the third quarter here from Mata Field at Stello Stadium. We'll take it to the fourth. Here in the semifinals, you are watching on the highlight guy your score, Nashua Cougars 44 and Andover 6. We'll pay some bills. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action right after these messages.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Mata Field at Stello Stadium here in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You're watching Northeast Junior High Football League semifinal action here on the highlight guy. Jason Roby and Steve Cody calling all the action for you. It is Nashua 44 and Andover 6. The clock is now in running time as the Andover Warriors attempt to run another toss sweep play off the left side. Richard again was there. Johnny on the spot. That's going to set up a third down. We'll call it 5 for the Warriors as they are inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line of the Cougars. And it has been a penalty-filled day for this Nashua Cougar team. They've taken some scores off the board. They actually had a turnover, a couple of turnovers here on downs and on a fumble recovery. Andover came to play, and yet it is still 44-6, which tells you just how dominant this Nashua team has been all year. And barring some unforeseen strike of luck by this Andover team, Nashua will advance to the championship game next Saturday. It's going to be a toss pass. Man, all alone. Intercepted by Roig. And Roig heads to the far sideline. We'll see if he has one man to beat. He does not make it to the corner. But nevertheless, Roig reaching over the top. It was a toss pass that against most teams may have been complete, but against this Nashua team, Roig jumps up and makes a fantastic play defensively. Saving the touchdown there was number 26. We've said his name quite a bit today for Andover. That was William McGinnis. But another penalty on the play. So again, we'll try to get to talk to Coach Travis at the conclusion of this one, and I'm sure that it's going to be a point of emphasis for Coach Fowler is we cannot do these kinds of things this late in the season. And sometimes you just have those kinds of days, and it appears that Nashua is having one of them here today. It will not keep them out of that championship game, but something that they have to fix, no doubt about it. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Handoff, right side, bouncing up the middle, one man to beat, and a good tackle by Aganis is taking that handoff, number 33. And we've said his name on occasion this season, Kenneth Reth, running tough in between the tackles. And I might add, well blocked by the offensive line up front as the Cougars have put in several of their backups at this point. Shotgun formation, handoff, taken to the outside, bouncing. Cannot evade the second tackler as number 70 comes up to welcome himself, or introduce himself rather, to number 8 on that speed sweep to the outside. That was Pearson. And he was wrestled down by number 70. That was Jacob Bunn. Loss of a couple on the play. Second down inside of 7 minutes now. Motion into the backfield. Speed sweep to Reth, and he's going to get met in the backfield. A nice play there by number 1, William Vickers. Vickers has had a few nice catches out there today. Played well and a good play defensively that time as he was able to penetrate into the backfield. So that is going to set up a 3rd down and 17 for the Cougars. They need to get all the way up to the 49-yard line. Or I guess that would be down to the 49-yard line. And that ball escapes the quarterback. It could be a scoop and score here. Off to the races, one man to beat. Finally going to be hauled down by number 21, Julian Lopez, but a scoop and score potential there. And I believe that was big number 52, Patrick Kirby, if I'm not mistaken. And there he is, and it was Kirby. So another turnover against this Cougar team, not something we're used to seeing. It'll be 1st and goal for them from the 3-yard line. I think once you reach 35-point differential, though, the clock does not stop again. We may find out, Steve Cody. Clouds continue to roll in here at Stello Stadium. The rain has subsided for now, but the wind continues to blow off of the Nashua River here at Mata Field at Stello Stadium. Calling semifinal Northeast Junior High Football League action for you. You're watching here on the Highlight Guy. The huddle breaks. Andover comes out. Tight end wing to the right. Quarterback sends a man in motion. It's going to be a double dive handoff. And that ball's on the carpet, and it's going to be recovered by Nashua. So, the Cougars make a huge play by recovering a fumble. Not the best place to do it, but Malcolm Butler would tend to disagree. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Their heels backed up on their own goal line. Colton Carrier is the quarterback. Back in the backfield is Julian Lopez. Illegal substitution against the defense. So they had too many men on the field. That's going to give Nashua a little more breathing room. Clock will now start again. And it should not have stopped. Carrier, handoff, right side. Good tough running between the tackles by Lopez once again. As we head inside of 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Nashua will head on to defend their title next week. Time to be determined at Gill Stadium in Manchester. Opponent to be determined. And that snap got away from Colton Carrier. He had to fall on it, so they'll lose some real estate. And we'll be calling the Division II championship game next week from Pinkerton Academy. And this game, the championship game for this league, we'll have to wait and see how that works out. We might be double dipping next week. As Carrier races around the left side, and he's got one man to beat. This could be a 99-yarder. And he is going to go the distance. They're not going to get him. So that was either, what was that, Steve, a 98, 99-yard touchdown run. No flags on the field. So the lead will extend to 50-6. Carrier going to need some oxygen here as he heads to the sideline. And the fan goes wild. 2 minutes now and counting. In at the quarterback position will be number 18, Walter Catito. They'll give Carrier a break. Catito takes the shotgun snap and will hand it off, bouncing to the outside, and in for the two-point conversion is Julian Lopez. 52-6 now in favor of the Cougars. And we see the head coach down there on the sideline. We'll try to get a word or two with him at the conclusion of this one. They'll tee it off at the 40. Inside of 40 seconds to go. That's going to just about wrap this one up. And that will do so. Your final score here in the semifinals, it's going to be Nashua 52 and Andover 6. If you take the score off the board, it certainly didn't feel like a 52-6 ball game. And we'll try to talk to Coach Travis Fowler after he speaks with his team down on the field. Andover came in here playing with house money, and they gave it everything they had. And they had some good things go their way, but their season will come to an end here in the semifinals as Nashua will punch their ticket to the Northeast Junior High Football League Finals, which will be played at Gill Stadium. Time to be determined next week. Opponent to be determined as well. They'll make a return visit to the field where they won the title a year ago. And this is a Nashua team that I'm quite certain was not happy with some of the things they saw on the field today, but they were able to overcome those shortcomings and those penalties and really got out to a one-sided victory. We're going to see Coach address the team down on the middle of the field there, and we will try to get Coach up here for a post-game interview. We will take a quick break and be back with post-game thoughts and comments, and hopefully we will see you for that, and if not, maybe next week at Gill Stadium for the championship game. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with post-game analysis after this.
I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I step in my zone when I pull this to the I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime. And I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like Optimus Prime. I can't hit a ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
It's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, 0-0, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Welcome back to Mata Field here at Stello Stadium in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You just got done watching the highlight guy. It was Northeast Junior High semifinal game action as the Nashua Cougars took care of business and down a very game Andover Warrior team 52-6. I'm joined here in the booth by Xavier Maldonado and Coach Travis Fowler. Coach, we're going to start with you. A game that when you look on the scoreboard, not really indicative of what you saw out on the field in terms of some frustration levels rising at times, I'm guessing, in terms of penalties and turnovers and so forth. How do you overcome something like that and still manage to get up 52-6?
Yeah, so it's basically what I was telling you last week. We need to stop with the sloppy play. It's not going to keep working for us. So it's very frustrating when you see a lot of things that you should be doing right, and we got penalties and just silliness that can't happen. So they locked it in the second half, thankfully, and kind of put it away. But we can't keep playing that game.
You mentioned that it was an Andover team that gives you fits when we spoke last week, and they did that. They came in here playing with house money, I'm sure, an upset winner over Bedford from a week ago. Had to have been ready for some of the things that you saw out there today. Look, they got kids that just made some plays, and you guys were able to answer the call.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, they always game plan for us really well. To come out with the swinging gate, which there was no kid off sides on, which is impressive alone.
Sure.
The stacked onside kick, like they'll always come out with some wrinkles. That coaching staff over there is very good.
X, got to be pleased with you guys came out and just kind of put the hammer down in the second half. What's it like to be going back to the championship game for the second year in a row?
It feels good because it's my last year before high school.
Yeah.
And I just think we just need to come out more strong and keep intensity throughout the whole game.
Love the fact that you're wearing the Nashua North Titans shirt there on top. Is that a sign of things to come? We're going to be a Titan down the road?
Yes, I will be there all 4 years.
That's good stuff. That's great to hear. And what do you think about the team that you guys have put on the field the last couple of years? I mean, you look down on the field and there are things that are going wrong, but you look up at the scoreboard and yet you're still winning 52-6. You running clock, a very good Andover team. Is the message down there, look, fellas, if we can keep this group together, there's no telling what we can do for the next 4 years.
Yes, sir. We can. If we keep this group together, we could be an amazing team. We just need to keep our composure and just stop with the flags and all that.
I like that. That's well said. Any thoughts going into this championship game next week in terms of, look, we've been to Gill Stadium before. Maybe last year you arrived a year early. How important is it to stay focused this week of practice getting ready for this championship
Really
game?
important. We're going against a well-coached, skilled Salem team. We just need to watch film and just stay locked in all week in practice.
I love to hear it. Coach, what can you tell us about this Salem team that you'll be facing next Saturday at Gill Stadium?
Very talented, very versatile. You're going to see them under center, in the gun. They've got a quarterback, number 2. What's his name, Andrew?
Yes.
Andrew, hell of a player. We watched him play yesterday in, where were we? Derry. And he hell of a talented kid. They've got some really talented running backs there. It's going to be a battle. The first time we played them, we were 0-0 at halftime, so they'll definitely come up and be ready for us. So. Yeah,
any messages to the fans that are going to be making the trip to Gill Stadium? X, what do you think? You want the people to come out and give you guys a cheer? You were well followed last year. What are you expecting this Saturday?
I'm expecting full stands.
Yeah.
Just people out there to show love for both teams, not just one.
Love to hear it, and very well said, and true sportsmanship shown by you. Love the way you play down there on the field. Love the message that you bring here for all the young kids watching at home. It's important. Play it the right way, say things the right way, and do things the right way, and good things will happen for you. Well, gentlemen, congratulations off to the final game. One more to go. Get your rest. Watch that film, and we'll see you at Gill Stadium next Saturday. Travis Fowler, the head coach, Xavier Maldonado, the MVP of this team the last couple of years, doing some wonderful things down there on the field. Guys, we wish you the best of luck at the championship game next week. I want to thank you all for watching us here today on The Highlight Guy. It's been our pleasure bringing you all the in-game action all year long. We will be with you next Saturday at Gill Stadium for the championship round. What promises to be a good one. It's Nashua. It's Salem. Something has to give. We'll see you next week, fans. Thanks for watching us here on The Highlight Guy.